The research process, an overview. Research does not start with methods like surveys or interviews. It begins much deeper. The research process can be understood as a logical flow. It has four components. 1, epistemology. 2, theoretical perspective. 3, methodology. And 4, methods. Each level informs the next. Think of it as a foundation. If the base is unclear, everything built on it becomes unstable. First, what is epistemology? What is knowledge? That's the main question when we deal with epistemology. Epistemology is the theory of knowledge. It asks a fundamental question. What is knowledge? And how do we know what we know? It is embedded in your theoretical perspective and ultimately your methodology. Let's look at 3 major epistemological positions. In the book of Creswell, this is included under the concept of worldview. Objectivism. In objectivist epistemology, meaning exists independently of human consciousness. In simple terms, reality is out there. Meaning exists whether we recognize it or not. A classic example is this. A tree in the forest is a tree, even if no one is there to see it. Researchers working within objectivism believe they are discovering meaning, not creating it. Constructionism challenges this idea. Here, meaning does not exist independently. Instead, meaning is created through our interaction with the world. There is no meaning without a mind. In this view, truth is constructed, not discovered. Different people may construct different meanings from the same phenomenon. This epistemology is very common in qualitative research, whereas objectivism is the epistemology of quantitative research. The third epistemology is subjectivism. Subjectivism takes this even further. Meaning is not shaped by interaction between subject and object, but is imposed entirely by the subject. In this case, the object contributes nothing to meaning. Meaning may come from beliefs, dreams, religion, culture, or personal interpretations. Here, reality is deeply personal and internal. Theoretical perspective is your philosophical stance. It provides the following: a lens for viewing reality, a context that grounds your research logic, criteria for judging what counts as valid knowledge. Examples of theoretical perspectives are positivism, interpretivism, critical theory. Your theoretical perspective directly informs your methodology. Methodology is the overall strategy or plan of action guiding your research. It answers questions like, why this design? Why these methods? How do these choices lead to the desired outcomes? It links theoretical assumptions to practical research decisions. Methods. Methods are the actual tools you use or the actions you do in order to collect data. This include surveys, interviews, observations, experiments, document analysis. Methods are not chosen randomly. They must align with your methodology, which aligns with your theoretical perspective and epistemology. In short, the four components must have proper alignment. Your epistemology, your theoretical perspective, your methodology, and your methods. This time, we're going to differentiate qualitative from quantitative research. Let's compare qualitative and quantitative research paradigms. In terms of nature of reality, reality is objective and multiple, constructed by participants. In qualitative research, the researcher's role is to faithfully report participants' voices, represent their interpretations of reality. So, for example, you're doing a narrative inquiry research. You have to faithfully report stories of your participants. In terms of researcher-participant relationship, in qualitative research, the researcher interacts with participants. This may involve prolonged engagement, observation, and collaboration. For example, you aim to explore the culture of the communities in the mountainous areas. Then you can do prolonged engagement like participant observation. You can join their activity for you to be able to understand the reality fully. In terms of values, qualitative research is value-laden. Researchers acknowledge their biases, explicitly report their values, and recognize that data itself is value-informed. For the language and process, qualitative research uses informal and personal language. Decisions evolve during the study, uses words like understanding, discover, and meaning. For example, understanding the realities of student mothers, for example. Design and logic. Qualitative research, the process is inductive, from specific to general. The design is emerging. It is context-bound. Patterns and theories developed during analysis, accuracy ensured through verification and trustworthiness. For quantitative research, in terms of nature of reality, reality is objective, singular, and measurable. It exists independently of the researcher. The researcher is independent. Bias is controlled through sampling, instruments, and standardized procedures. In terms of values, quantitative research aims to be value-free. This is achieved by impersonal language, avoiding value statements, and letting data speak for itself. In terms of language and process, quantitative research uses formal and technical language. It is based on fixed definitions, uses terms like relationship, comparison, and within group. For example, determine the relationship between academic performance and grit.